Hey everyone, I'm John Hayden. Let's queer up gay culture, very soggy gay culture, by taking a look at my evening along the drive during Stonewall Pride. We were ready. We were so stoked. We were set for an epic pride, but it rained, it monsooned, it Florida'd. As lightning flashed and thunder cracked all around, Stonewall's Pride Parade had to be canceled. It's devastating to everyone who worked for months. But since I don't have a parade to report on, here's a look at my evening along the drive. Hey everyone, John Hayden from a rain-soaked, drenched Wilton Manors Pride, where the parade did not go on, despite even pleas from our own gay goddess.
Don't bring around a cloud to rain on my parade. Don't tell
Thanks
me
for
not to
trying,
cry.
Babs.
I simply got to
Dark
rain
clouds
some-
hovered and then opened up with a vengeance. Would-be parade goers tried to stay dry in the staging area. I took shelter on the SunServe bus and talked with CEO Tony Lima.
You know, we're on your double-decker bus, but we're not on the upper deck because
it's raining.
Yeah.
But you know what? The rain's not going to dampen our pride. It's not going to dampen our contingent of almost 130 people representing SunServe in the Pride Parade. And we're all in really great spirits given the rain.
During a brief break in the rain, the rifle guard got in some practice and were looking good. But the skies soon reopened and I dried out at Tropics.
all right, we are inside Tropics, who is kindly giving us shelter from the deluge right now. I'm with Alex, this year's Mr. Stonewall, apparently. How's your rain going in the rain?
The rain is going delicious in the rain. I'm moist, I'm happy, I'm proud. I don't give a fuck. Ain't nobody gonna rain on my parade. Edit that out. Parade. Uh-oh.
Your parade? I know, I like that.
That's all right, you know.
That's
what happens when these bartenders pour the drinks they used to do.
Outside Tropics, singer Maylin Soulfree belted from the stage. And while the chairs were empty, she had captivated the Tropics patio crowd, all of them cheering. And one fan was living her best life come rain or shine. Eventually, I got to the VIP and met up with parade hosts Faye Watt and Kitty Meow to make the video none of us wanted to make.
And we had it, like Barbara Streisand said, don't rain on my parade. Unfortunately,
we had to cancel the Stonewall Pride Parade because it was unsafe to put those nonprofits and those incredible people celebrating Pride at risk. So we made the ultimate decision to cancel our parade this year.
The bars were packed, which is good, but the street vendors totally lost out, which is not good.
you know, this is the biggest night of the summer for Wilton Drive, so this is going to be felt in economic pain for a while. But the party still goes on, just not with the parade. From outside the VIP, where it's still very dry, but I'm a little moist, I'm John Hayden. I'm moist. Jameer Baptiste, the president and producer of the event, told me, quote, "The festival showed our community's love for one another and pride." And that's true. The rain pushed everyone into the bars. So all the bar owners and managers that I've talked with since Saturday have said they had excellent nights. They had better than normal because people weren't out in the street mixing and mingling. Yeah. But that festival is expensive.
Very expensive.
Over $1 million. Much of it in security. The state is putting severe restrictions on how city and counties can support diversity festivals. And that doesn't just mean pink. That means it means the green for St. Patrick's Day.
Yep.
It means black and brown in Black History Month. So this was kind of like our last shot at a big party. And that, I think, is what hurts my feelings the most.
Yeah.
But thank you to everybody who came out, got a little damp, and are still a little moist.
Pride is us, right? We are Pride, right? So it doesn't matter. I mean, yeah, it didn't look like we expected it to look, right? But people were still hugging each other, saying hello to old friends that they hadn't seen in a while, right? I mean, like you said, my heart breaks for the nonprofits that put their money together to get this float to be, the whatever perfection they visualized, right? Or folks that came from somewhere else, it's just it breaks my heart that people worked on this for so many months, us included, doing commercials and trying to reach out to different vendors and trying to get everybody's spirits up, having Chuck King from the Eagle on our, on our show countless times to talk about Pride as well. The efforts are not lost. All right. Let's think of it that way, right? We were still able to see each other and unite. And, again, we're Pride, not an event,
Yeah, I hear. And we cannot fault the parade didn't create the rain, but I also did have to check, because we were talking earlier that the rain has become an issue. The National Weather Service defines the South Florida rainy season as mid-May to mid-October. And most of the other prides have been very successful going around our rainy season, and maybe we should consider a May or April.
Well, and that's what everybody says, right? And every single year we sit at this table and then everybody starts commenting on our Queer News Tonight post about Stonewall Pride. Go right ahead and do so, right? It's not being moved, okay? Stonewall Pride is to commemorate the Stonewall Uprising that happened in June 1969. It didn't happen in May. It didn't happen in October. So it's not going to be moved. So we're just gotta it kind of just goes with the territory kind of deal of South Florida weather.
And from a purely business side, it's the biggest day of the off season. It helps set the budgets for, it helps it's a band-aid to help you limp through
the summer, because the summer's tough.
October.
The summer's tough for a lot of these bars and stuff like that. That's why it puts a smile in my face what John said, that the bars were packed, because that's important.
There's nothing stopping the bars from doing all sorts of Pride celebrations in June, as I'm sure they do, and I encourage them to make all the money do it. But just, especially because I hear about the vendors, and you have to pay money to get a spot as a vendor. Oh, yeah. And then if it rains out and you can't sell anything, well, then you didn't have a good summer if it's your big summer. Can we try?
If you're selling pinchos, you have all those pinchos left that you have to take home with you.
And I guess for the vendors, sometimes maybe separating the vendors, have a rainy day option of an indoor venue somewhere if it gets rained out. But that is something I think we have to think about more and more, especially with climate change. Getting rained out in June might become even more common in the 2030s than it was before.
Well, I hope that we're still able to have the Stonewall Pride Parade in 2030. We'll bring you that story in 2030. There is no other queer nonprofit media platform like this in the entire world. Support our LGBTQ stories by sharing them and subscribing to Queer News Tonight.